Hey YouTube, it's me. Um, this week I wrote my last police report about the rape incidents um, to PBSO. I feel that they don't care to deal with the situations that are taking place. Um, at this point, I feel that the agencies that are in place are not properly conducting themselves. So I have decided to go at this a different route. Um, I opened up my entity for my political party, but at this point, they haven't sent me my paperwork, haven't put anything in the system for my entity for my political party as of yet, self and family. I talked to Tyrone Scott at my Florida, the Department of Registering the entity and everything. I talked to him, and he stated that he would have took care of it. It would have already been in. I haven't seen any documentations as of yet, so I can't really proceed forth in completing the process of filing my political party. The next avenue that I'm going is to develop self sufficiency programs and also deal in law enforcement, trying to bring an end to some of this madness and chaos. So, the thing that I'm doing, I filed the entity already for the political party. That same entity can also be used for um, the equal opportunity part of it, in which I'm going to try to get funding here in the area, as well as the law enforcement part of it. I may have to file a new entity, but I doubt that I will. Um, it's hard to go toe to toe with people that have been in certain positions for quite some time, but doing so, it's just about trying to go about it the right way and deal with and address the situations the right way. When I seen the same officers after making a second report show up, and after they lied on their reports and their police reports, um, it's been insane. I definitely know soon, if not the first beginning of next year, I will actually be able to post some of the court cases where they have removed children from their parents, me being one of them. Um, and I want you guys to actually see what took place, how they turned around and manipulated their way to trying to gain custody of people's children and stealing children through the legal system in which they have in place or whatever. There are so many things that I'm doing this year. I'm still combating that issue um, all the way to the Supreme Court. Um, we're doing the Supreme Court in Florida now. We're sitting up there. Well, I'm doing the Supreme Court in Florida, and the next step is me pretty much going all the way to the Supreme Court in Washington. So it has been a slow go. My son feels like I have pretty much given up on him, and he's the best thing in the world. Um, my other son, he feels like, Mom, you just got too much going on. Just waking up to so many different things and trying to deal with the situation in place when there is no structure or no organization in place. So to rebuild that structure, to redo some of the losses or the pools that have been taken over by people that care nothing about the people. Um, just rebuilding is a hard thing to do, but that's what I'm working on. That's what I've been focused on for quite some time, and That's my goal. That's my agenda, to get that type of stuff resolved. There's so many different things that people don't know. Um, when I tell you, you can be solicited out of your home or be solicited at another location but think it's your home. You know, you have so many different things taking place, and then you have all these phony false people around you pretending that they for you, pretending that they about what you are about, or whatever. Not being sexually active for years, and then waking up to having an STD, and you're actually calling the right people, and they're saying, "Oh, you're crazy, you're insane," or whatever the case may be, and realizing that a lot of these people that they're labeling crazy and insane aren't really crazy and insane, but definitely at some point that will be a benefit for them, with them labeling them that way. It will definitely benefit them in some way. Um, but the losses that take place because of it, um, or whatever the case may be. Um, I'm the type of person, I don't like to just preach about making a change in the community or fighting a change, because when they sit up there and they hear these stories of rape, they hear these stories of things that's going on, and you realize that these are the same stories that was happening in 1980, 1970, well into the 1800s. All these stories, it's nothing really has changed. It's the same. It's the same thing. I haven't seen any change whatsoever throughout history. I guess they say history continues to repeat itself because of the simple fact that we are in a situation where we sometimes are dumbfounded because of the things that are taking place. So history tends to repeat itself. So some of the counteracts that I'm doing, trying to open up my own law enforcement agency, trying to do my own political party, trying to bring about equal opportunity through finding resources through the government agencies to address some of these attacks and situations. So I will be marking the progress for that and what is actually taking place with that every day. I can't say that it's easy not giving up, because it's not. You're gonna get to the point where you probably just want to, just deal with a whole bunch of different people in the same manner that they're dealing with you in, and that's not a bad thing. But at the same time, marking my progress every day towards agendas in which I have set forth for myself and for my family and for my people. Um, haven't been easy, and don't believe just because a person is dark skinned or black, or the fact that your family knew them for years, that they're for your family. They're not. They can know you for years. Sometimes they'll be your own flesh and blood in your family, and they're not your family. They is that I can't tell it any other way. And once they burn you, and once you know that they're not for you, just try to stay away from them. Remind you, these people initiate into groups, and their loyalty is to that group. Their loyalty is not to you. Their loyalty is not to what you stand for. Their loyalty is to that group and that group only. So you have to definitely be careful with some of the things that they will do to manipulate you, or to try to get you to do what they want you to do. You have to be extremely careful. Um, they will utilize anybody. They will utilize your children. They will utilize anybody name against you. Paperwork, documentation, they falsify. I can honestly tell you personally that information be falsified. Um, when I seen the police reports that was submitted in, all with almost every police report that I have been dealing with lately, all have been falsified documentation. And then they have the nerve to show up to your house. So I stopped reporting to them. It's time to do something more towards the way that the Black Panthers did it, where they organize their own stuff. If you cannot patrol us, and this is the sad part, they're receiving tax dollars that they aren't even supposed to get. So it does upset you, but it's time to organize and orchestrate your own.